And we are live. Thank you, everybody, for tuning back into the Talking Pod. As always, you got me. We got Brian Heck in the building. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man?
What's up?
Unfortunately, no Rod today, but you guys loved him on the last episode. We brought him in. You guys begged us for him to bring him back. We got Alex making a return to the pod. How you doing, Alex?
Hey, great. How you guys doing?
Yeah, we doing great. We're doing great. So we got a good set of games to go over for this weekend. First one, every time we got Al on the pod, we got to talk these Raiders. We got Raiders against the Chiefs, man. Raiders are looking promising for 2 weeks. They kind of stalling right now. A lot of people are still having hope for them. The secondary, hopefully they could, tune things up a little bit on defense. But the offense is looking good, I will say. Like Darren Waller is still going out and doing his thing. Chiefs, are just a whole different animal. But if the Raiders can beat the Chiefs, that really opens up the door for them being, because I believe right now they're in like the B, maybe high C. No, I'll say B tier. If they beat the Chiefs, they prove that they're in that A tier that we thought they might have been when they beat the Saints. Alex, you see the Raiders pulling an upset off this weekend?
I want to say yeah, and after reading, I forget what source, but I didn't believe it. But after going back and checking out the game, the Raiders are only 11 points off to the Chiefs. They're a top 5 offense in the AFC, scoring wise. So the points are there. They can keep up in a shootout, I think, but defense is going to be the key. They'll make adjustments. It's not going to work out. But I feel like they can pull off an upset, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like with the Raiders, the thing with them is when they're able to come out to a lead, Derek Carr is very good at just picking and popping down the field these short, safe routes and just driving and putting up, 3 points and a touchdown. And then when they start
And
getting that lead, it's hard for them to come from behind. Basically, is what I'm saying. So I think as
and
long
then
as they
also,
keep the Chiefs in front of them,
yeah, and then also a big advantage too is that we got Ruggs back this week
yeah,
and
to open
Trent
up the
Brown.
field.
Trent
Because you
Brown.
could
So
see how they played him, how they played Ruggs in like week 2. They tried to take him away over the top because his speed is legit. He's a real deep threat. I mean, week 1 he could have had like 100+ yards, 2 touchdowns if they hit that one deep bomb that he was wide open on. But
yeah,
that's why Waller had all those underneath routes. But yeah, I think that's going to be a big difference maker.
definitely.
For sure.
What do you
It'll
see,
be
Brian?
a it'll be an interesting game for sure. I think if the Raiders want to be competitive, they need to make sure that run game is established early because once you have that run game, it'll give Derek Carr a lot more options. And when he's like you said, when they're coming from behind, and whenever he has to drop back and throw, it's a little tougher. But when he can make sure to keep the defense honest with play action passes and runs here and there, it definitely will help him out for sure. So I think Josh Jacobs will be a big key to that game. And it's going to be interesting because the Chiefs obviously held a very run offense with those Ravens. So we'll see if they can do it again against the uh, Raiders. But I say my key to the game would be defensive stops and Josh Jacobs getting hot.
Definitely, definitely. And another interesting thing to add is that year the Raiders made the playoffs and Derek Carr is making his MVP case. A lot of it was his whole MVP case. A lot of it was how he kept on making those fourth quarter comebacks, game winning drives. So I will say I believe it's not that if it's a one score game they can't come back once it goes like especially with the Chiefs, 2 scores, 10 points, 14. I think that's where the Raiders kind of struggle to keep up. But yeah, I agree. Defensive stops and hopefully Jacobs has been week 1 he was looking like one of the best running backs in the league we thought, but he's kind of been mediocre for the standards we set the past couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm gonna call a hot take. I got Raiders winning this one. Lock it in. That's my hot take of the week. Taking the Raiders.
Nice.
I'm
Let's
taking the
go.
Raiders all the way.
Sorry,
No.
Chiefs for sure.
It's hard to go against
That's
Patty, but I'm feeling it. There's something. This one's just a I feel it game. This is a I feel it for the Raiders.
upset.
Yeah, yeah. Another good game we got is a battle of a battle of, well, not undefeated, but 3-1 teams. We got the Bucks against the Bears. TB12 in the offense look like it's kicking it into a new gear. The Bears started off hot. They got Foles back there. He didn't look too bad when in the start, but we'll see if they're how they respond to taking their first L. Brian, what do you see in this game? Bears against the Bucks. You see a tight one. You see the Tom Brady blowing them out.
I think it might be a medium score game, like a 24-21 type game. Maybe even a little less. I think Bears defense, the key to that game also similar to the Raiders, is that defense is going to need to hold against that potent offense. And I think if it does hold, it will also be able to set them up to run the ball with David Montgomery. And Nick Foles, I mean, you could say he did do decent last week, but it was kind of let off from what people expected.
Definitely.
I mean, you have Allen Robinson there, so if you can hit him early with a couple targets, get an early lead, I think that will definitely help the Bears in that game.
For sure. Alex, you see the Bears as a real contender here, or you think Bucks are gonna just show that they're who they really are?
I kind of like the Bears. To me, they look more of like the underdog kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Although talent-wise, right now, I think they're pretty close to being fair. I mean, what's playing right now, obviously, because the Bucks are stacked, but they got a lot of injuries. But as you've seen, Tom Brady can make it happen with anybody. With no name receivers, are looking nice. But on
Scotty
this one,
Miller.
Exactly. But no, I got the Bears in this game.
Really?
Nice.
I think Nick Foles is the answer for them.
Oh, I didn't actually, Alex. Real quick, who do you got for the Raiders Chiefs?
What?
Who do you got for the Raiders Chiefs game?
Oh, Raiders, bro. Let's win.
All right. So we got Raiders and the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Bucks on this one in a tight one, just because I don't think David Montgomery is gonna be able to be a 25-plus rush, dominate the time of possession against Brady. If he does have a breakout game, I mean, I could be wrong. I could see the Bears winning this for sure. But like Brian said, I see a tight one. But I see the Buccaneers winning this. But the Bears are going to show that they can compete. They can compete with that defense.
I mean,
go ahead.
These last couple Thursday night games have been pretty good. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I'm going to have. Although I just said it might be a medium score game, I have the Bears scoring 6 points and Tempe scoring 27.
Okay, well that's just completely. What made you change your mind in the last 2 minutes?
Fuck, I don't trust Nick Foles. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, sure.
I feel like I agree with you, but I think I trust Nick Foles more coming off a bad game than coming off of a good game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but then they have 3 days of. It's a short week for them, and
True.
I'm short week for the Bucks too, but
I'm gonna lock in with the Bucks. Yeah, I'm locking in with the Bucks winning this one.
I'm going Bucks too.
Bears.
Now we got the battle of the undefeateds here. Two kind of undefeated teams that, don't really feel like undefeated teams. The Bills against the Titans. Interesting thing is, Bills could have lost to the Raiders. And who else? The Bills could have lost to, who was it? The Vikings, I believe. The Rams, right? Yeah, the Rams. The Titans were the ones who almost lost to the Vikings. And, you guys know me. I think the Vikings are just awful. But, I mean, they're looking a little better. But on this one,
Yeah,
what do you guys
yeah,
think?
just
Battle of
shut
the
up.
undefeated teams. Who do you guys got in this one? Titans against the Bills. Personally, I'm going Bills in that high-powered offense. I think Titans. If this game doesn't get canceled,
Yeah,
the Bills will
I
win.
think I think game might even just get canceled, honestly, or not canceled, but moved again because Corey Davis has COVID apparently. Um, I probably have the Bills winning that one. Better defense, a pretty potent offense, like you said. It's kind of an underrated offense. Not many. When you think Bills, you never really think good offense, but they got Diggs over there, John Brown, and I mean Singletary's actually tearing it up over there. So
Yeah, a lot of threats. I
um,
actually just picked up Singletary.
yeah, I mean I think the it'll be tough. I think AJ Brown's coming back too. Uh, without Corey Davis, so that kind of is a little hit there. But they got Johnny Smith, obviously.
Yep,
Uh,
Johnny.
I what's going to depend on the Titans is obviously which Derrick Henry are they going to get? Are they going to get the stud who averages 4 yards a carry, getting a couple touchdowns here and there, maybe even catching a couple passes, or are they going to get the guy who gets stuffed at the line and has a 2 yard per carry average at the end of the day? Definitely, if he shows up, I think it'll be a closer game than what we should see, but I think the Bills might win by 10.
Yep,
I would have
definitely.
to pick the Bills only because I feel like the Titans are just boring. They're like a
What an
obviously
outtake.
they're talented, but I feel like they're just kind of a boring team. I'm
That
not
is
really a
true.
Tannehill fan.
That
I
is
think
true.
the Bills are a contender, and Titans are pretenders, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you heard it here first, folks.
Dang.
But
One thing
yeah, definitely Bills.
I will say about the Titans, Derrick Henry, only like one game we've really seen him in that prime form, and they've managed to be undefeated. So, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Without Derrick Henry being, his usual dominant self, I'd say, safe to say, they've managed to win some games. But it'll be interesting for sure. I agree, though, going with the Bills. I would agree with what Al said. I think Bills are legit. Titans are, whatever.
And one thing, if they do play too, Titans have had almost 2 weeks off, or it'll be
Yeah.
about 2 weeks off. So I wonder what that might have to do with anything. If they'll play better because of it, or if they'll be a little rusty, or what's going to be with it.
Yeah. Let's just
That's a
hope when
good
they
point.
play this game, Devin
Hmm.
Singletary or any of the Bills players do not get COVID.
Hopefully, Diggs and Singletary both get COVID,
Excuse me?
and then they give it to
Those are my studs.
CMC, and then they
All
give
right.
it to
All right.
Hutchinson.
All right. Now you're wild.
B man with the upset. B man.
Yeah, B-Man with the upset this week for sure.
Quick B-Man update, guys. 0-4
He's
playing me this
his
week.
calculator.
I'm currently projected to win by 10, so hopefully I bounce back from my L. But so we're not Team B-Man this week. We're going for me to take a dub. These guys are haters, but it's all
Hey,
good.
get a 1 point victory like me.
Al is the king of the close ones. Dude. Two straight,
baby.
huh? That's two. That's
Yeah.
two. That's two.
No, I lost the previous one to Rod.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I will say
Bounce back then.
every week's been good games. Another good game is this Browns looking like a real threat against the Colts, whose defense is emerging as up there with the Steelers is one of the best. Personally, that Browns running game is looking good. I'm gonna be very interested to see how they use those running backs. Like I said on the last pod, it seems like they like using a change of pace type of back almost, or just rotating fresh legs in a lot. I know maybe the other running back, the third stringer, not Kareem Hunt, got more carries. I mean, he was effective, so they kept him in, but maybe he just
Ernest
got a lot of
Johnson.
those. Yeah, I think maybe a lot of those carries became because the game was a blowout for a while, They might have just wanted to not hurt Kareem Hunt or whatnot. But it'll be interesting. But that Colts defense is for like legit. So I think they're gonna have to make plays. I don't know how good that Browns line is, even with how good the running backs are. So might be Kareem Hunt popping off. Might be a Colts win, maybe. We will see. Al, what you got for this one, bro?
Honestly, I feel like Kareem's still gonna eat, obviously, but I feel like the offense is gonna be changed completely because then instead of having a two-headed monster, obviously you just have one. So I feel it's a hot take. I feel like Landry and OBJ are more involved now. I feel like they opened it up passing game more.
Really?
Just because they don't have that 1-2 punch right now. I mean, I don't know how good the backup third string is, but I feel like at least this game will probably be a passing game.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say real quick before I let Brian drop his knowledge. The play action has worked really well. So if they could get the ground game going a little bit, I think I agree, Alex. They'll run some more play action, some bootlegs, some stuff to get Baker out of the pocket because he is a short quarterback, but he could sling it. So once you get him out of the pocket, get him a clear view. I agree with you. Maybe some more passes this week. What you got, Brian?
I think this game depends on obviously that Colts defense for sure stopping the run game, being maybe the first team to figure out how to stop them. There's been some couple weeks of tape, so maybe they have a little plan here and there. But I think the key is going to be outscoring the Colts, at least outscoring the Browns if it does come to this point. And I don't know if I trust Philip Rivers, honestly. He's been looking kind of cheeks.
I agree.
He has 4 touchdowns and 3 picks so far. And every time I see him throw the ball, it just hurts my arm. He just throws it like sidearm and like a 90-year-old old man. Like it just doesn't look good. And honestly,
and the way he talks smack, dude.
Yeah, and he'll literally not even say one cuss word, and he'll say,
"Gosh darn it,
darn it, darn it," and then literally like yell at some other dude like, "You suck so much." Like I don't know. And then what also bothers me too is they're not using T.Y. Hilton, which I really was high on T.Y. Hilton with Phillip going there. But the main thing for me is that Colts offense. I think they're getting bailed out a lot from that defense. So I think the key to that game is going to be that offense if they can score some points. I know they have scored a couple decently high-scoring games, or not high-scoring, but medium tier again. But I just don't see the Colts being able to score too much. So I think I'm actually going to go Browns on this one. It might
so
just
basically,
it just might be.
Saying,
yeah. Go ahead. What am I saying?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but so basically you're saying offense is in the hands of that O-line and Jonathan Taylor.
Pretty much, yeah.
I honestly agree.
I think that obviously they're a good team. They're 3-1 for a reason, but you can't rely on the run game the whole year. You need your quarterback to come up and play, and I just can't trust Philip Rivers right now and how he's playing.
Yep.
So yeah,
I think you got it on the money.
Mm-hmm. I think, I think I have Browns winning this one. Honestly, I think the Browns. I might just be high on them just because it was a high scoring game with the Cowboys. They beat the Cowboys, but I don't know. We could be completely disappointed with Baker and the whole team as a whole. Yeah, they love their letdowns after a good game. So, but I have the Browns.
What are they? They're 3-1, right?
They're 3-1. But just historically with Baker, they love to play really good one game, next game really suck, and then everyone panics. So I still have the Browns winning this though. Surprisingly, the line's only Colts -1. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think you hit it pretty much dead on. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I also am not a believer of Philip Rivers. Imagine signing Philip Rivers instead of Cam Newton now. In hindsight, Oh my god.
Oh my
I
god.
think he would have been
Literally
great
every
on that
team.
offense. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
doing great with the Patriots, but imagine an even better line, arguably, with a
Yeah.
solid running back and T.Y. Hilton, who's probably equal to
Although it is
Edelman.
fun to
But
watch him with Bill Belichick. It is very nice to
yeah,
see that. So
yeah, I think
I'm
it's
not
probably
complaining.
better actually. He's probably doing
Hmm.
better with the Patriots because of that great coaching that he has there.
I
The
agree.
Colts might have not worked out because he doesn't have such a great role
Hey,
model.
he could be yours.
Yeah, but I have Kyler Murray, so I don't need that bum.
All right.
Just so you guys know,
But
Alex
Empty
is the transaction king. He makes about 500 waiver wire moves every year, and at least 60 trades. I'd say at
Yeah,
least
and
maybe more.
out of those 60
But-
trades, 50 are to Matt. So some collusion going on over there.
weird.
Hey, you know,
No.
when
Yeah,
Alex
no
hits me up for a
comment.
trade, I
Yeah, no
gotta consider it, man. You know, Alex
Mhm.
comes with the heat. Everyone else is
Hey.
scared.
Yeah. Pull the trigger. Let's go. Hey, but
Send it.
I got the Browns.
He
Definitely.
got a
Yeah.
clean sweep for the Browns.
I don't like Rivers, and Baker gets dogged a lot, but I think he's pretty good, honestly. Definitely not great, but I think he's a potential, and he has a lot of weapons that can make it work.
Definitely,
So-
definitely.
And then
Yeah,
I think Jonathan Taylor had a bad week last week, huh? I think it was like 9
Yeah.
points.
as the workhorse back, yeah, definitely fantasy wise, not looking up for. I mean, he should be like at least 16 a week, so 9 is just tough coming if you're expecting him to be like a running back 1 or 2. But yeah, like you said about Baker, I agree. I've been saying it on the pod. I think he's like a 25 throws a game manager. Get him out on bootlegs, play action with the run game, and you'll be solid. But this
Yeah.
next game, you know, we got a rivalry week this week. We got Brian's Dolphins against my Niners. Obviously, we
Oh.
all know with Jimmy G back, Niners are going to completely wipe out the Fins. It's going to be about 60-0.
I think
no, but
you're gonna be
in all
very
seriousness,
surprised.
in all seriousness, I could see Fitz and Devontae Parker tearing up our shattered secondary. We
Yeah.
just had Jimmy Ward is hurt. Emmanuel Mosley still hasn't came back to practice. Kwan Williams got hurt last week, so we're literally on pretty much Jaquaski Tart and a bunch of practice squad secondary. So it's really tough
Sounds
right
good
now.
to me.
The D line's still looking good. Luckily, we are getting Dre Greenlaw back, which is huge. We still have Quan out there. Fred Warner, obviously, making case to be the best linebacker in the league. Don't at me. I still see a Niner W, but I could definitely see the Dolphins getting some points up on the Niners. But Niners with Jimmy G back are not going to lose after that embarrassing loss to Philly. Because if we go 2-3, that panic is going to go up. The Dolphins are a good team, man. I like Flores. I like the Dolphins. Brian, I know you're not about to say the Dolphins are going to win, though.
Dolphins will win for sure.
Okay.
This is what's gonna happen. This is exactly what's
let's go.
gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you. I have watched the game in the future already, and I have seen everything that's gonna happen.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say the Dolphins also have some key injuries that we're hoping. We have Byron Jones injured, Shaq Lawson injured, and Solomon Kinley injured. So that kind of sucks. But obviously not as much as the Niners. Dolphins win the game for sure. No doubt about it. Fitzpatrick is going to get sacked by Dre Greenlaw. He's going to injure his collarbone in the first quarter with 7 minutes left. And you know what that means? Tua time, baby. Tua is going to come in. He's going to throw one tutty to Devontae Parker, 2 tutties to Gesicki, and then Gaskin is going to have a rushing touchdown and 5 catches for 54 yards. Dolphins will win maybe a couple field goals. I don't know. Dolphins are going to win 35-27. And Tua will be the starter for the rest of the year and lead us to heaven. And that's exactly what's going to happen this week.
All right,
But
so
all
now
jokes
that
aside,
fantasy is
all
over.
the jokes aside, I do still think the Dolphins have a very, very good chance of winning this week. It's going to be a great game, I think. Honestly, if we can especially with all these injuries, I think the Seahawks are a way better team than the Niners. A way better quarterback, way better run game. And we held them. Yeah, I said it. Listen to me, boy.
Yikes.
That's
I think
questionable.
we held them.
To
We held them pretty well. Niners, they're gonna lose. That's all I have to say before Matt
Wow.
just gets absolutely triggered. Niners will lose.
Hot take.
Dolphins win.
Alex, I'm gonna let you take this one away, man. Let's hear some logic.
All right.
We're gonna hurt
surprisingly-
George Kittle, and we're gonna hurt Jimmy G. That way, Nick Mullins comes in, throws us 4 picks for pick sixes, and we don't even have to give Fitz the ball.
I think you're forgetting about CJ Beathard.
Yeah, you guys
Sideline
like Nick
slinger.
better. You guys love Nick.
Hey, kind of ironic though, but the score that Brian said, I literally thought it was backwards, but I'm saying Niners 38, Dolphins 24. High scoring game, but with Jimmy G back, I feel like that instant connection of him and Debo are going to be nice. As well as
Also,
Kittle.
possible Mostert back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. If not, what is McKinnon so good?
He'll be there also.
McKinnon healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'll be pretty. I'll be like 38-24 Niners.
Jimmy's a bum.
Definitely.
He ain't gonna do shit. Dolphins winning.
Okay,
I don't know.
Brian,
Like
we could put 20 on it.
Talking back on what Brian said about Seahawks compared to the Niners, I feel like obviously the quarterback Russ is nice, but the run game, I don't know. I think the Niners got the upper hand of the run game.
Yeah, Brian's just talking crazy.
But we'll see if it's Tua time or not.
If it's Tua time, that'd be exciting, man. I want to see Tua.
Tua didn't practice this Thursday. Today? No, that was last week. Never mind. Yeah, fuck it. We'll put him in. Fuck it. Who cares? Put this dude in.
I was gonna say, what? You really
this dude in.
Future.
I really want Tua to come in. My theory is we're probably waiting for an easier game, but realistically, there's not an easy game in the NFL. I mean, maybe you could wait till week 10 with the Jets, but I mean, I don't know. Just get the boy in.
So I got Niners. Alex got Niners. Who you got, Brian? Were you being serious? Who you got?
Swear to God. Dolphins are winning.
All right. Brian got Dolphins. There's another wrong answer for Brian. I believe his total record this year on predictions
Dolphins
is like
are winning.
5-20. Anyway,
Okay.
So speaking of
maybe you're talking about yourself.
I'm not sure.
Buddy.
I'm not sure what it is. Brian's not bad.
All I know
if
is
Tua
me
goes
and Henry
in,
we'd win so much money in Vegas because we would pick all the winners on parlays for sure. Shout out Henry.
Sure. Yeah, shout out the man Henry. Hey, if Tua goes in, that's a fantasy watch. And speaking of fantasy watch, I got some players here that I think some are that I'm hot on for this week. Some I have my eye on, and some I'm saying do not start. Here's what I got. First one's first, Justin Jefferson. I know I was hating on the Minnesota Vikings before, but the Vikings are playing Seattle. Seattle has been the worst defense throwing to wide receivers all year. We saw it every week so far, 400 yards. Julio, 150, whatever the heck, yards. You had just last week, the Seahawks got popped off on. or 2 weeks ago by the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb went crazy. They just give up so many yards to wide receivers. I think Justin Jefferson is in for a high week. And I would actually start him over who I just said, CeeDee Lamb. You guys know I've been talking real good about CeeDee Lamb all year, but in their matchup with the Cowboys, I see the Cowboys winning easily against the Giants. So I don't think that Dak is going to have to air it out as much. I see a dominant running game from Zeke. Just, CD might get a touchdown or whatnot, but if I had to pick between the two, I'm definitely going Justin Jefferson over CD in this week. Another guy I'm going to be hot on this week is that a lot of people are actually questioning if they should start or not is Terry McLaurin. A lot of people are saying, Haskins got benched, but Kyle Allen's not a bad quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback. If anything, I think he might be better than Haskins. Haskins has not looked good, honestly. He, sure, you could say they have a connection, but Terry McLaurin last year tore it up with a bunch of different quarterbacks. So I don't see why people are worried about Terry McLaurin for this
Even
week.
then, he had 10 catches for 118 yards. Even then, last week. So, but he's like the only guy over there. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely. A lot of people are questioning if they should bench him or if they should start him this week. I'm saying go ahead and slot him into your lineup. That's got my stamp of approval. Another guy, one last guy before I let you guys name a couple off that I'm hot on. Deebo Samuel. Last week only 7.5 points, but he didn't get as into the game plan as they probably wanted. He practiced half the week. And his first game back, I think next week is going to be his real, going to break out, going to get more plays involved for him. You saw when he was out there, he looked good. He was getting his yak. He was trucking people, hard-nosed football like we know he does. I think next week is going to be the week that him and Jimmy G going to get that connection once again, and he's going to have a big week. I think he's a start. I saw his projected points this week is something like 8, and I was like, that's ridiculous. If you see that, don't be scared. I say slot in Deebo. Alex, I know you're always got your eyes on them. Start him. Boot him up.
Got him.
Boot up Deebo. Boot up Deebo.
Yeah, let me just remind you what Matt said last week about fucking booting up people and Nick Mullins.
No. That was not a for sure thing. That was a hot take. That one was a hot take. This I'm saying this is an educated decision.
Okay.
Go ahead, Alex. I need to hear some gems.
All right, so in our league, you might want to go hop on it, but on the waivers, there's a tight end that I really like, but I don't have anyone to move. So, but Eric Ebron is gonna have a big game, definitely. Going up against the Eagles. Look what Kittle obviously did with the second and third string quarterback. So Eric Ebron getting passes from Big Ben. He's projected like 14.8. So I feel like it's going to be a little higher, honestly. So definitely worth a fly. And then also, can't think of his name, Higgins. Higgins is going to have a great game, I believe. Rod doesn't like this. He's the one that suggested it. Pick him up. He's getting a lot more involved, a lot of targets. He's definitely not passing to Boyd, obviously, but he's a big part of the game plan with AJ Green non-existent anymore. So definitely, I feel like he's here like 15, 16 points. Watch. And the last person I would say, and I'm actually going to take a fly on him this week. So see how this pans out, let you guys know. But Teddy Bridgewater had a big game last week, and then he's going up against the Falcons this week. So should be able to shred him. And then the rest of the schedule, looks pretty nice. So those are the three I say must start.
I like it. I like all those guys. I especially that Teddy pick. Teddy. Not a lot of people have been talking about him fancy this year, but he's got to look out for. He can get some rushing yards. He looks nice, and like Brian was talking to him last week. Brian, who'd you got, bro? I know you got a couple sleepers in your sleeve.
So Rod would be happy I'm talking about him. Deontay Johnson is one guy you need to watch out for this week, coming back from that concussion. Like we talked about in the other podcasts, he had 25 targets in 2 games and like a fourth of a game. So two and a fourth of a game. Um, he's taken a lot of targets away from Juju. He's a nice slot receiver that can get down the field, catch anything that comes his way. Philadelphia sucks, so he should be able to catch against anyone who guards him is basically like a high school player out there. So he should. I like I like the matchup this week, and I just like the overall trend with Johnson and the targets he's getting. One guy, I'm not sure how I feel about it. This is either a make or break game. I feel like for him. Um, if you have him, you're basically having to start him anyways because of where you drafted him. But Kenyon Drake, they're playing the Jets this week. He's looked absolutely horrible, and Chase Edmonds is starting to take over back there. But um, he either is going to have a huge game, or he might even get benched at this point. He obviously you drafted him in the second round probably, and he is not even giving you anything near a running back 2 point of points, or even people you can pick up off of waivers. You can get even more points than what he's giving you. I know a lot of people are definitely sad about how he's playing, but this could be a make or break game for him, I believe. And then another person that I'm watching is actually I want to see J.K. Dobbins. I want to see him get put in the game a little bit more, have a little more touches. I feel like he's been pretty good on the run game. He's been seeing those touches on the goal line, like we saw in the first week, and he's catching a couple passes too. But I have so right now it's not really for this week in general. I just wanted to talk about him just a little bit because he's been not too hot as far as fantasy points, 7, 8, and 2. And I just feel like later in the year he might be able to get more touches there. And I just like the way he plays, honestly.
Dobbins.
Yeah. The only problem is they have those two. They have they have Ingram and they have what's his name?
Gus.
Well, much like Taylor, if Ingram were to get hurt, Dobbins would be a huge come up.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I like the way I like his upside. It's not necessarily for this week. I just wanted to talk about him because I don't think we've ever talked about him yet.
No, I like that. A word of advice: if you're making some sort of package deal and you're looking at someone's bench, maybe like they say, "Oh, I'll give you so and so plus a bench player," and you see Dobbins, I think that's a good opportunity to pick him up and stash just in case he ends up, down the stretch being the guy.
Yeah, definitely. Same with Zach Moss.
Yeah, Zach Moss or Swift.
Zach Moss is Singletary's replacement, and Swift.
Hey.
Yep.
Wink, wink, wink.
And I think the last person for me this week. Yeah.
I got Swift.
Oh, Matt don't know about this.
You know what I'm saying?
Matt don't know about this.
Yeah, I was trying to trade with Alex, but anyway.
Yeah. Wrong chat.
I think my sorry. I think my banger of the week, just like my Justin Jefferson call, I think the player, this is a tight end. I have him on my team. Might just be biased, but the player who will have a 20-point game. Yes, I might sound crazy right now, but think of it. Who the hell else is there over there with the Giants? You're gonna trust Slayton, and no. Ingram has been a baller. Honestly, whenever you throw him the ball, he's gonna catch it. I love this man. He's gonna give 20 points this week. They're playing Dallas.
I guarantee
Dallas
Ebron will have a
should.
bigger game.
Hey, that sounds like a bet. That sounds like a talking pod bet right there.
Ebron will have a bigger game.
Brian is the Duck King, so he's probably gonna not take that. Last couple guys, I think Brian lagged out, but he'll probably join back. A couple guys I wanted to bring up. Actually, I was just gonna bring up because I know Al had brought up
Great.
Teddy Bridgewater. Oh, you back? You back, Brian?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. I think my take was so explosive I nuked my router.
Yeah, you were chopping in and out a lot, but I didn't want to kill your flow. You were flowing.
I was just saying, Evan
you hear the
Ingram,
bet?
20 points. Evan Ingram, 20 points this week. They're playing Dallas. They're going to be down by 70, and they're going to need to throw the ball.
Did you
And
hear
Evan
Alex's
Ingram,
proposal?
what did Alex say?
He said that. Go ahead.
I guarantee you, Ebron will have a bigger game.
And I said that's a talking pod bet right there. You guys
I'll
gotta
put 10 on that.
Let's go.
lock it in.
Bet. Locked in.
Locked
bet.
it. But
There you go, guys. There's two tight ends to look out for right there.
hey,
I
talking
got-
about tight ends real quick. What
I
do you
got
guys
Hunter
think
Henry
about
beating both.
what do you guys think about Tanyan? Is it for real or
No, I think there was no one else to throw to, so White Boy got some catches. So
I don't know, bro. 3 weeks in a row.
yeah, I mean, you have
Yeah,
Bum
it has been 3 in a row.
MVS. He can't catch the broadside of a barn. You have Lazard injured, and then you have Adams injured. Realistically, I just don't see as many touchdowns and catches coming his way once all those guys come back. So
But for
I think
now,
he's good
he's a
now.
plug-in.
yeah, but I think Adams is coming back. They have a bye this week, but I think by next week Adams should be back.
I will say, if you have him on your roster, do not drop him yet. Keep riding it out.
Yeah. But yeah, I think also one player that's gonna have a breakout game and not in the direction that you want to see is gonna be Julio Jones if he plays. If he plays,
Another dud.
expect another dud, I think.
So sad.
Which is very sad to say because I think Julio could arguably be maybe a top 3 wide receiver in the league, and when he's not playing, it's not really fun to watch
As bad
that
as Ridley or what?
Atlanta team.
Really? He dropped the goose.
Yeah, Ridley kind of shat the bed, which sucks
Hard.
because I have Matt Ryan in my other league, and I lost by 3 points because he decided to not throw any touchdowns to anyone because he sucks ass. Anyway, but if Julio plays, I expect another dud, honestly. He's injured still.
Right?
I mean, they are playing Carolina, but I mean, I just can't really see him doing anything yet. But
That's kind of crazy.
I'm watching him.
That's kind of crazy that we got guys like Julio, Hilton, AJ Green, just off the map. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
It is.
AJ Green with that one
It's kind of like you're
last
seeing
week.
that era of wide receivers kind of drown out now.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of just faster and better route
They're just
runners.
old, yeah. They're just age.
Old too. Yeah.
I think definitely Ty is not gonna have any.
Ty, unfortunately, yeah, he's always been so good for the past years, and it's sad to say.
But with that being
fantasy
said,
purposes.
Fitzgerald's like 100 and he still look better.
Hey, that's a real legend right there.
And just like one person I kind of want to talk about real quick that I'm kind of disappointed in to start off the year is Clyde Edwards-Helaire, actually. I feel like they're not using him the way he should be used.
For that,
and
like first top 10 ADP, definitely.
Like, I don't know. I mean, even in week 2, he had 6 catches, which is what I want to see for only 30 yards. But he only had 13 points that week, and I don't know. I think a lot of people drafted him. I don't think he got out of the first round for many drafts, but um, he's probably a top 8 pick actually. And yes, he's 50th, 50 in rank for all the fantasy points combined. But you drafted him in the first round. He's not really producing like a first round talent right now. I don't know if it's time to panic with these 4 games or see what he does against the Raiders, but I just would like to see him used a little bit more. Like, he's getting the rushes. It just, I guess he's missing the touchdowns is the big thing, but I don't know. I just want to see like a 20-point game from him here and there.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because he was going top 5 in some drafts.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a lot of hype coming in.
Mhm. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Another guy to keep an eye on coming back this week. We're talking about returning from injury. We got Le'Veon Bell. It's looking like he's gonna play this week. If you ask me, I'm saying keep him on your bench at least for this week. You probably didn't waste too crazy of a draft pick on him. You probably, if you traded for him, you probably got him super cheap. I'm gonna say sit. While I don't hate having him on your squad, I'm gonna say wait and see because that Jets team is just such a dumpster fire, absolute dumpster fire. So definitely wait, see how it plays out with him playing. I mean, you might miss out. He might get a touchdown and 5 catches, and then he's gonna, pop off supposedly. But I'm gonna say
Honestly,
wait a week.
they might look.
That's when you trade him.
They might look worse this week,
Sell
though.
high.
They might look worse this week, believe it or not. With Flacco.
Think
so?
Oh, Flacco.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Well, a lot of checkdowns to Herndon and Bell.
Oh,
Look out
yeah.
for that.
Another tight end.
Yeah. So
Better
that
than
Ingram. We don't know how much
put 10
Bell
on
is
that
going
too.
to play, though, also. I got Herndon. Yeah, right.
I'll put 100 on that.
Oh.
I'll take Hunter Henry more than both you guys.
Shut
up.
Literal collusion.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know. This week should definitely be interesting. I think one guy that might have a 40-point game, like what Mixon had last week, is going to be Zeke.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I said that
They're
earlier.
playing the
I
Giants.
agree. Yeah.
It could be kind of close early, so you might be able to catch a couple passes here and there. But hopefully they're not up too much to where he can get a lot of yardage when they're up by a lot. And hopefully they don't put Pollard in. But I could see him getting 40 points this week for sure.
Dude, imagine if the Giants beat the Cowboys. Oh,
yeah, that would be
my
absolutely
God.
insane. The league might get canceled.
Hey, I mean, the Eagles beat the Niners, so.
That is
Yeah,
true.
Niners suck though.
I don't know. I mean,
Niners are overhyped.
Cowboys. All I'm saying is Cowboys should be 0-4 right now. Realistically, they should be 0-4. That onside kick should have never happened. That's literally like high school level knowledge.
Who did they win? Who did they beat anyway?
They beat the Falcons, and they were down like what, 15 in the fourth.
Oh,
30
that's when the
overall.
Falcons they collapsed the game.
Yeah, and they got an onside kick. Had 5 people around it, and nobody jumped on the ball. It's literal Pop Warner knowledge.
Gilroy Browns, let's go.
Literal shout out Gilroy Browns. Well, boys, I feel like we went over a lot of the players to look out for this week. All the big time games. We got any closing comments here, guys? Alex, Brian.
No. I just want to say Tua time, baby. Let's go. Come on.
I'd love to see it. I mean, Eric Armstead gonna give him a nice welcome to the league if he goes in. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I got my Niners winning that.
let's shout out Heat. Let's see them come back from a 3-1 deficit.
Hey, I'd love
And
to see it,
also
but
I want to give a shout out to the A's. Not done yet. Maybe we can come back these next two games, but
Let's
looking a little
go.
rough.
you know, like I said, A's are a regular season team.
Oh shoot.
Just
Green
wait for
gold,
this
baby.
orange October.
Yeah, this comes from a fucking stupid ass night Giants fan. So
Orange
Go-
October next year, baby.
Doormat or
Yeah, 'cause-
format? What was Rodrigo saying?
imagine thinking
Uh,
your year's on an even year like a fucking idiot. Like that actually matters.
Hey,
Anyway.
Brian, I'm expecting those $10, right?
We could double down. I'll put 20 on it.
Oh,
20.
you down? Or? Let's go.
Nah, we could do 10. I don't want to make you go broke, you know.
Literal weakling.
Let's go.
Well,
Yeah,
guys.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
I definitely very much so appreciate you guys coming on the pod as always. Alex, you know you're welcome anytime, bro. I'll take the hot takes all day, you know what I mean? Brian, as always, pleasure having you on the pod. I just want to say real quick, hey, shout out to all the listeners. We have just recently hit over 100 downloads or views on the pod.
Yeah,
So happy with all the support. I promise you guys, the production's only going to go up. Everything's only going to get better. We're going up from here, basically. So come along for
maybe
the ride.
next time my Zoom won't die. Sorry,
Hey,
guys.
you know, as long as Brian doesn't sell the bag, we're out here. All right. I'm just joshing, but you know, hey, thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back for the recap of this week. Hopefully, hey, let us know if we helped you out at all this week or any of the times. You know, well, we love to hear feedback. We love to get questions. Twitter coming soon. You gotta follow us on Instagram @TalkingPod. And hey, thank you guys, and we are out.